How does repeated exposure to spiritual heat and pounding lead to the annihilation of the nafs? And what is the symbolic role of water in this forging process?
Water is power, and water, Allah described, my throne is upon the water. So the reality of water is the angelic reality. The pounding is to take away imperfections. So we'll go straight to a video on metal forgery. How do they forge metal? We described very clearly, you take the metal, you hit it, it cracks. There's an imperfection in the metal that allows it to crack. So with heat you pull out imperfections. Emtehan, heat, it pulls out imperfections in the servant. So when everything is great they seem to think they're great. When Allah puts through difficulty they have to go now and re-evaluate, why is my sword cracking? So there has to be something fixed. And they begin to work and meditate and contemplate, work on themselves, contemplate, meditate, so that they are like steel. And then again pounding, then again fire, and then again fire and pounding, then put it into water, so that an angelic dress sort of sets everything. After Allah dressed the servant with these stations and realities, the angelic dress comes to bring a coolness and peace, and then again another station to achieve. So life is continuously expansion and contraction. So the contraction is when things are being crushed, is the pounding and the heat. Expansion is the water, and which brings a relief, but it's also angelic power being dressed upon that reality. So this is a life of testing, a life of struggling, and victory belongs to Allah. So victory is not what people think, this one got that, this person has this person has… that's not the victory. The victory is how much they struggle and how much they have to continuously keep knocking until what Allah wants to open. So alhamdulillah, this is a life of perfecting oneself, struggling against oneself. Say that every time Allah give you a difficulty, Allah wants to see your struggle, not that you become victorious. Oh, this happened, this relationship like this, my family is like this, I want to safeguard my family. That's good for you, but Allah wants to see how much you want to struggle in that way. It's not for you to determine what the safeguard of your family is. It's only our responsibility is to struggle for them. Keep struggling, keep struggling, keep struggling, keep struggling. Allah will give the victory the way Allah wants. But people think if they don't have the victory at hand that Allah has forgotten them. But they watch too many movies, that's not how it works. Your victory is actually in your struggle. When you struggle to keep your family straight, you keep relationships away, keep relationships to be present, all the things that people do in their lives, all of those in which they struggle for goodness and piety and for their children to be correct and their lives to be correct, and every type of objection and every type of challenge against that is a struggle. And that's what Allah wants to see, how much will you struggle for it. Not that your victory comes and everything falls into place, then what would you be struggling for? The next difficulty? So the difficulty you have is enough. So to be content with that difficulty, struggle every day to keep things to be straight, do the awrad, do the zikr. So, oh but then the kids are going off with these people and they're losing their faith. Well then do more in the house to struggle to keep their faith. So everything that Allah gives to us is calculated, and nobody's tested more than they can bear. So it means then people can bear a lot, some people bear more than others. But again the system is struggle. Don't look only that Allah has not favoured me, Allah loves you by all the struggles, the testings, the continuous agitation and aggravations, and this becomes the way. And we do all of that and we reach closer to the love of Prophet. Every time you have sadness and difficulty and dislike for this dirty dunya, your soul draws closer to Prophet, because this is a dirty world with dirty people, dirty desires, dirty character, dirty agreements, dirty everything, everything. Even if it's laundry business, they're dirty. So there's nothing content in this world, and every time you have a difficulty your heart is like runs to the presence of Prophet, because that which is clean and beautiful is the only oasis for us. And our life is struggle, struggle, struggle until the last day you take your last breath from this abode and you say, alhamdulillah ya Rabbi, I struggled the most that I could. And that's all that's important, that's victorious. Not that you got everything the way you wanted it and resolved every issue, then what? You're like on a cruise and you leave? Doesn't work that way. There's no cruise, there's no retirement, only the grave.